Imagine a world where cars don't run on gasoline or even electricity. Instead, they run on something so common, so abundant, that it flows right out your kitchen tap. Water. Water waves sound impossible? Well, Toyota might just have cracked the code. And this breakthrough could shake the very foundation of the global auto industry. Toyota, the company that pioneered hybrid technology with the Prius, is once again rewriting automotive history. Reports have surfaced about Toyota's new water-based engine technology, a system that uses water not just as a coolant, but as an active part of the power cycle. Instead of relying solely on fossil fuels or lithium batteries, this innovation promises a cleaner, more sustainable, and shockingly affordable future for transportation. The magic lies in the science. Toyota's water engine is believed to harness hydrogen extracted directly from water molecules. Through a highly efficient process, water is split into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen then fuels a combustion or fuel cell system, while the oxygen is released harmlessly back into the air. Unlike traditional engines, the only byproduct here is, yes, you guessed it, water vapor. Pure, clean, and renewable. Now, let's talk about the real disruption. Electric vehicles have long been hailed as a future, but they face serious challenges. Expensive lithium mining, long charging times, and infrastructure gaps across much of the world. A water-powered engine bypasses all of this. No massive charging stations. No expensive rare earth mining. Just water. If Toyota succeeds in scaling this, the EV industry could be facing its biggest rival yet. Think about the possibilities. Developing countries, where EV charging networks are nearly non-existent, could leapfrog directly into clean transportation powered by the most abundant resource on Earth. Cities could drastically cut down on carbon emissions. And car owners? They might be able to refuel from home for just pennies compared to today's gas or electricity costs. Of course, questions remain. How soon can Toyota bring this to market? Will governments embrace or resist a technology that could disrupt trillion-dollar oil and EV industries? And perhaps most importantly, can water truly become the fuel of the future, or is this just another ambitious prototype that will vanish in the labs? One thing is certain. Toyota's water engine breakthrough has reignited the race for the car tomorrow. Whether it's electric, hydrogen, or water-powered, the future of transportation is being written before our eyes. Globe showing Europe Africa sparkles. Tesla, BYD, and other EV giants are watching closely. For years, the electric vehicle industry has enjoyed a head start, fueled by government subsidies, massive battery production, and global hype. But a water engine changes the equation entirely. If Toyota can mass-produce this technology, battery-dependent EVs could face their first real competitor. Imagine no charging stations, no range anxiety, no billion-dollar lithium mines. Just water. But breakthroughs like this don't come without resistance. The oil industry, already under siege from EVs, could see its future collapse overnight. Governments heavily invested in charging infrastructure may hesitate to pivot again, and investors betting billions on batteries could lose everything if water-powered cars reach the mainstream. Behind closed doors, this isn't just about science. It's about power, money, and control. So, let's dream for a moment. What if Toyota perfects this engine? We could see a new golden era of transportation, where anyone, anywhere, can travel without polluting the skies or draining their wallet, where energy independence becomes real because every country has water, and where the auto industry is forced to rethink everything it thought it knew about the future of mobility. Toyota hasn't unveiled the full details yet, but the whispers coming from their R&D labs suggest that something revolutionary is in motion. Is this the dawn of a new energy era, or just a spark destined to fade? The truth may surface sooner than we think, and when it does, the entire auto industry will never be the same. But beneath the excitement, the challenges are immense. Splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen requires energy, and Toyota's engineers are racing to make that process more efficient than ever before. Rumors suggest they're developing next-generation catalysts that can extract hydrogen using sunlight, pressure, or even nanotechnology. If successful, the engine won't just be revolutionary. It will be self-sustaining, tapping nature's simplest resources to power the future. Insiders hint that Toyota is keeping this project under tight wraps, not only because of competition, but because of the global stakes. Imagine the headlines if the full truth was leaked too soon. Stock markets would shake, oil prices would collapse, and EV companies would scramble to reinvent themselves overnight. That's why, for now, Toyota speaks cautiously, revealing just enough to stir curiosity, but never the entire blueprint. Still, the ripples are already being felt. Governments in Asia and Europe are reportedly asking Toyota about partnerships. Oil-rich nations, worried about their future, are secretly lobbying to slow down hydrogen alternatives. Meanwhile, China, the world's EV powerhouse, is watching with sharp eyes, preparing strategies in case water engines begin to threaten their dominance. What we're witnessing isn't just a technology race. It's the beginning of a global energy realignment. And here's the most fascinating part. Sources close to Toyota suggest a prototype reveal may be closer than anyone thinks. Engineers working on the project describe a machine that already runs with astonishing efficiency in controlled conditions. But the question isn't whether it works. It's whether the world is ready. Because once Toyota lifts the curtain, there's no going back. The countdown has already begun. As the countdown ticks, whispers of industrial espionage are surfacing. Competing automakers, battery giants, even oil corporations are desperate to know what Toyota is hiding. Some reports suggest that research documents have already been stolen, blueprints that hint at compact hydrogen converters small enough to fit inside a regular car. If those leaks are real, Toyota may be facing not just competition, but sabotage. Behind the scenes, governments are quietly maneuvering. Japan, Toyota's home base, is rumored to be considering special energy policies to protect this breakthrough. Meanwhile, Western nations, already betting heavily on EV infrastructure, face a dilemma. Do they double down on electric or pivot toward hydrogen and water technology? And in the middle of it all, Toyota holds a key that could redefine the future of mobility, energy, and geopolitics. The tipping point is drawing closer. Insiders claim Toyota has already scheduled a confidential demonstration for select partners and investors. If that demo succeeds, the domino effect could be unstoppable. Investors would flood in, governments would scramble to adapt, and entire industries, from oil refineries to EV battery plants, would feel the ground shift beneath them. The auto industry has seen revolutions before, but this time, the tremors could reach every corner of the global economy. And so the world waits. Will Toyota's water engine remain hidden in the shadows, locked away in labs, or will it burst into the spotlight and redefine what we know about transportation? The clues keep surfacing, the pressure keeps building, and somewhere inside Toyota's vaults, the future may already be humming quietly, powered by nothing more than water. Strangely enough, the financial world has already begun reacting. Over the last few months, unusual patterns in Toyota's stock movements have caught the eye of analysts. Sudden spikes, quiet dips, followed by heavy buying from anonymous investment groups. Some suspect insiders know more than they're letting on, that the water engine isn't just an experiment, but already nearing a commercial reality. Could Wall Street be preparing for a storm the public hasn't yet seen? Deep within Toyota's testing grounds in Japan, there are whispers of prototypes silently running on closed tracks. These aren't futuristic concept cars. They're ordinary sedans, outwardly indistinguishable from the ones on our roads today. The difference? Instead of stopping at a gas station or a charging port, engineers simply fill a specialized tank with treated water. The result, clean, continuous power that can make both gasoline and charging cables look obsolete. And yet, have you noticed how quiet the conversation is? Despite the magnitude of this breakthrough, Toyota hasn't made bold public announcements. Instead, they've been speaking in carefully coded language, words like next-generation hydrogen pathways and alternative propulsion systems. Industry insiders believe this silence isn't hesitation, it's strategy. Because the moment Toyota reveals everything, the world's largest industries, oil, EV, mining, will feel the shockwaves. The global chessboard is shifting. If water-powered vehicles become viable, oil-exporting nations could lose trillions in revenue. Lithium mining empires may collapse. Even power grids, now preparing for EV demand, could face redundancy. For nations that depend on energy exports, Toyota's technology is more than innovation. It's a direct threat to their economic survival. And for emerging economies, it could be the ultimate equalizer. A world where fuel doesn't require pipelines, tankers, or billion-dollar trade deals, just water. But here's the real mystery. Why now? Why would Toyota, a company often seen as conservative and cautious, push forward with something so radical? Some say they've been developing this quietly for over a decade. Others claim breakthroughs in nanotechnology and hydrogen separation made it suddenly possible. Whatever the reason, the pieces are aligning, and the auto world senses something monumental is about to surface. The whispers, the leaks, the rumors, they could only stay hidden for so long. Finally, Toyota stepped onto the stage. Journalists, engineers, investors, all holding their breath as the curtain lifted. And there it was, a sleek prototype, humming quietly, powered not by gasoline, not by electricity, but by the simplest resource known to humankind, water. The reaction was instant. Headlines erupted across the globe. Oil executives scrambled. EV manufacturers rushed emergency meetings. And environmentalists cheered, calling it the dawn of a new era. The auto industry, once on a clear electric trajectory, was suddenly split wide open. What had been science fiction was now standing on stage in steel and chrome, running silently before the world's eyes. The consequences were staggering. Fuel prices nosedived. Lithium mines closed overnight. Developing nations saw hope in a future they could actually afford. And for the first time in a century, the world glimpsed a transportation system that didn't depend on burning or charging, but on the simplest cycle of life itself. Cars powered by water, releasing only water back into the skies. In the end, Toyota didn't just build a new engine. They sparked a revolution. A shift so profound it forced every industry, every government, every driver to rethink the way we move. The age of gasoline was history. The age of electricity was challenged. And in its place, the world stepped into something purer, cleaner, and almost poetic. The age of water. And so, what began as a whisper inside Toyota's labs became a roar heard around the world. The auto industry will never be the same, and perhaps neither will we.